Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elmlor Devlog 1, The Fresh Start. So, if you guys have been following Elmlor in the past, unfortunately we decided to do a fresh start. And it's a good thing. It's not going to be a bad thing. We're not actually going to really lose anything. We're going to basically clean up everything, start fresh, and bring some things that we have done in the past back into the game. As well as we want to kind of do a little more social media, mainly YouTube videos on devlogs. So that's why you're hearing me. And the idea is every time I do a devlog, I'll also do a video. And if I can talk properly, you'll understand me. So Elmlor is going to be an RPG made in RPG Maker MV, the latest one, which is using HTML5 and it uses JavaScripting. Now, some people will ask, why RPG Maker? Why not something else? And the truth is, I think RPG Maker is perfect. In some ways, RPG Maker is actually a little more complex when it comes to doing the eventing, scripting even when it comes to Unity. In Unity, the idea is you take a block itself and you just drop a little script in it, boom, it works. In Elmlor, or RPG Maker, I should say, not quite as easy, but it's a perfect engine made for the top-down 2D games like you see here, and that is why we want to use RPG Maker. So there is flaws, there's positives to it, but in the end, I weighed both the cons and pros and found that RPG Maker MV would be the best suited to use. So the features and what we're going to do in RPG Maker is actually going to be quite different than you guys have seen in most RPG Maker games out there. Most of them kind of do the old style Final Fantasy games. If it's like Final Fantasy, maybe like 7, 5, etc. Like the old NES type style games. We're going to be going more traditional MMO RPG questing. So when you go to an NPC, for example, you'll say, hey, how's it going? The NPC will say, hey, can you help get some apples or something? And a little dialogue will pop up and you'll say, sure. And then you'll go and get an actual quest where you have a quest log. It's going to be sort of like that traditional style of, you go around and quest in the town. There might be, and hopefully will be, a main storyline eventually that will slowly work on over time where you'll have to complete, quest 1, quest 2, quest 3, etc. and you follow a storyline itself. It's not going to be anything like Final Fantasy. I can't promise you anything like that. Myself, I'm not skilled at story writing, I guess is a good point. But at the same time, that is not the big point of our game. Our game is actually going to be more of an open sandbox game. We're going to have crafting, mining, gathering. I even want to add stuff like fishing to the game. It's going to be like a pretty large open world where you can walk around, explore. When the game first comes out, it might look a little more empty, unfortunately, but that's a positive thing. Sure, you'll say, oh, that's too bad. It could be cool if something here was there, or this could have been there. But that's the thing. We're going to have a world where it'll over time expand. Maybe we'll add a new quest line, or there'll be, a patch. We'll do regular patches like you'd see in an MMO. But we'll add a new area, or we'll upgrade another area. One thing that I've seen a lot that people have wanted in games is, wouldn't it be cool if they added like a few new quests here, or added, something cool here and changed the landscape a bit? Sort of like what World of Warcraft did with Cataclysm. Now, trust me, when that happened in World of Warcraft, it was kind of sad because I did love the old world, but at the same time, it was kind of cool. I think the thing that we hated about World of Warcraft was that they made it Cataclysm, and apparently trees burn for a very, very long time after. We might have a Cataclysm someday in our game, but the thing is, we would slowly have it happen. Not only that, we would slowly have it repair itself, maybe change. It might not be back the same, but that's sort of the idea of having sort of these events that slowly take place over time, and you guys would be able to just update and have them happen, which I think will be kind of cool. What else are we going to do in Elmlor? Pretty much the big idea is being a big open sandbox world. You'll start maybe in a town, maybe you'll start in the woods, maybe you won't know who you are. There's a lot of decisions and ideas that will, over time come to the table. And you guys can be, of course, part of that as well. You guys can give some of your comments and feedback. Now, don't be too shocked if I don't take all of your feedback right away, because we are a small community, so there might be 4 or 5 people, and they might have all these suggestions, but maybe they're not quite going to what I have at heart, right? You have to remember, when you're making a game, you have to go with your heart first, then what the players want. But at the same time, remember, to interact with your players, your community, before, just saying, hey, this is it, too bad, and then ignore everyone else and just do what you're doing. That is just wrong. But at the same time, listen to their feedback, read their feedback, comment on their feedback. It's important, and that's something I want to do and make sure I do with Elmlor. Anyways, let me show you in the game. So if you hit escape, cover your ears now. Of course, that's going to be fixed. This is a fresh game, basically. I've just done some adjustments. I'm not using the first tile set that you start with. I'm using a second one. A lot of the assets will look like the RPG Maker kind of assets. We will get, of course, assets that are available for use in our game as well. I'm not a pixel artist, and I don't really have the money for a pixel artist, but we can add a lot of neat features to the game that makes it unique. And to be honest, I love the artwork in RPG Maker, and a lot of people do. I think it's just, if you make something a little more unique than just walk to this guy, hit a slime, and that's it, that's the game, I think you have something. Ow. Here's your escape menu. Now, a lot of this will change over time. A lot of what you're seeing is just the beginning, and I kind of wanted to show you the beginning because I thought it was important that over time you see how things change and develop. So you got your items. We don't have actually items on us right now. You got your skills. You got your equipment and just different information. You even have optimize, which will automatically equip sort of the best gear that it recommends right away. You can clear the gear. So I guess we do have items on us? Or, oh yeah, there's a weapon, armor. Oh yeah, cool. And of course, when you equip them, they stop showing in here. Cool. You got your status here. And, oh, you got formation. Now, formation shouldn't exist, and we'll probably get rid of that menu option. Formation is usually meant for when you have multiple characters. We're not going to actually do that. That's one thing that you see a lot in RPG Maker games. That is something that we would like to not have. That's, that's one of those things in my heart that I think the idea is the story needs to be about the singular character, the one character, you. I haven't decided, but I might let you be able to name your character, which would be kind of cool, because then every time a quest comes up, it'll say you, and whichever name you picked will come up. And I think that makes it kind of more exciting. You get to kind of pick your character and decide who it is and go from there. I'd like to even add gender or neutral options as well over time. I don't know if that is something I can actually do without too much hassle. Of course, I want to be accepting of every option out there, but at the same time, sometimes you just don't have the power to offer those options, not right away. But you have it male, female, or neutral, or I don't even know what the best term is. I don't know if even saying undecided is appropriate. It's something I will do research and ask, so I'm not offending other people, of course. But I guess the correct term, if you were to do a survey, is not undecided, but chooses not to answer, maybe. But then again, when you're trying to do like a survey of actually, wanting their opinion, a lot of people might just say, oh, I don't choose to answer the question, so that can skew the results. So I'm not quite sure. There's probably an option. I'd say neutral would be a good option. But then, of course, there's save. Pretty plain old style save here. And then you can end the game. Be warned, this is going to be loud and annoying and ugly. Bloody hell, my ears. But yeah, that's basically the starting of Elmlor. And It's important to note that I've put in almost 2,500, I think it's about 2,300 into RPG Maker MV and RPG Maker Ace VX, I believe it was. And that was a while ago. And of course, sometimes that's, of course, AFK, maybe you're away, whatnot. But I've put many hours into it. I've had a lot of practice. I've learned a lot. There's good communities out there. And I'm planning to put over 40 hours a week onto this. And the devlogs themselves, sometimes there might be multiples in a day. The way I want to do the devlogs is sort of kind of not like, today I did this, that, that. Instead, the devlogs are more suited to, hey, we've worked on a quest system. This is how the quest system works. Today we worked on a mining system. This is how the mining works. And kind of be more of a generic, kind of a broad, idea of what we did for that one small thing, so they're kind of more, in tune to something more interesting. I mean, it's better than just listening to me ramble like this every dev blog, that's for sure. But anyways, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I should say also thank you for subscribing if you've done that. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and check the description for Patreon if you're interested in supporting Elmlor or our YouTube channel. I'd be more than happy to show you the link in the description. Besides that, thank you so much for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.